From your favorite thoughtfully opinionated girly, here is my take on every single character in Gilmore Girls. If you get easily offended, do not watch this video. Let's start with Rory Gilmore. Early seasons, her behavior is fine. I understand why she's delusional and entitled because she's raised by somebody that I deem to be emotionally immature and selfish. So I can understand her behavior in the early seasons. We get to the later seasons, I'm no longer making excuses for this hoe. Like, literally sit down. The entitlement grows to levels out of control. She's the worst friend that has ever friended anyone. How did you get into all those Ivy League schools? Like, with what resume? I need to know. Early seasons, she doesn't bother me, but she's not the reason I watched the show. Later seasons, I want to skip over the scenes that she's in, genuinely. 3 out of 10. My three queens. Let's start over here. Out of all the characters, she should have been the worst behaved. Her situation, her home life, just everything. She really gives Aaron Burr vibes. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride, deserved to be the bride. Always has a point. Queen of hard work and excellence and dedication. I fucking love her with Doyle at the end. Rory Gilmore did not deserve her. In the beginning, I'm glad that Rory Gilmore took a chance on her and ended up being nice to her. But by the end, Rory Gilmore did not deserve this girl. And these two, this is iconic. I choose to believe in my mind that they fall in love, that they date, that they live happily ever after together. And every bad bitch needs 2 battered bitches following her around. And she bullies them a little bit. Perfect. In my perfect world, he ends up with Lorelai. I think they both have a streak of selfishness. His is obviously different and I think more consequential because it really impacts Rory negatively. But I think that they're selfish in a similar way where it could work. If he could just stay in one place for 15 and a half seconds and not low-key be the word, this would be my choice for Lorelai. Unfortunately, ugh. He's not perfect. He's never been perfect. He's also emotionally immature and he needs to go to therapy, but he deserved better than Lorelai. I'm sorry. First of all, how dumb is she? Was it not so obvious that he was in love with her since day one, day uno? And he waited and waited and waited. And she just was never sure. Girl, please. They can't make me hate him. They really can't. But they can make me hate him. And they have. I hate you. I hate your hair. I hate your vibe. You annoy me. I hate your cheater-ass personality. Cheater, pumpkin eater. Lindsay deserved better, you little troll. You and Rory honestly might deserve each other because go away. Icon living. Somebody needed, thank God they wrote him in as a character because somebody needed to put Lorelai in her damn place. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Frankly, I think he deserved better as well. Queen, my girl, my queen, my girl. My long-standing feelings are that if Lorelai hadn't run away from home, this one right here would have come around in probably 2 weeks' time and been incredibly supportive. And I think it was more so that Lorelai did not want to live like Emily and Richard, and less so that Emily and Richard didn't want Lorelai to be herself. Because to me, it is so clear how much they want to have a relationship with her. Now that Lorelai takes hundreds and thousands of dollars from them, she can give them 1 dinner a week. Also at those dinners, we get the wittiest clapbacks of all time. And just iconic. It's the bridge to Cuntibithia. She's so C-U-N-T-Y. Everything she says, I'm like, wow, you are so mean. It's can I be mean for a sec? In a person. Deserved so much better. Deserved better from the writers, directors, and creators of this show. Deserved better from Rory Gilmore. Deserved better from literally everyone. Deserved a better storyline. I don't buy what happens to her. I don't buy her storyline. She gets shafted. She's so loving, adoring, and supportive. And Rory, her behavior is the minute that something is advantageous to me, I will cast everybody else off to the side until I get what I want. That's not a good friend. That's not a good friend. You deserved better, Lane. For me, this is who I'm choosing. But let us all be honest. Rory Gilmore could never handle a man like this. She went cuckoo-cuckoo in less than 15 seconds. Not to mention, he needs to go to therapy. But he's hot. He's so hot. His vibes are so on point. This is the man Rory thinks she wants to be with, but she can never handle it. Personally, also, I think we needed a character who walked into Stars Hollow and was like, hi, so what the fuck is this? Loved him for that. But not right for Rory, and never was. This is who's right for Rory. They deserve each other. However, those of you who want to date him, I think you've never met someone like this in real life. Trust fund D-bag who swipes his dad's credit card. He's always randomly in Miami. And when you tell him oh, I visited that city that you visited, or oh, I've been there before, he makes fun of the restaurants that you chose to go to. He makes fun of your hobbies. He's so elitist. He judges people off of what country club they belong to. Always has bottle service at the tables. Thinks that he's so sick. And it's you're not that cool. That's the vibe that I get from him genuinely. Judgmental. I would never want to be locked in a room with this man. He's good if you want to marry rich. And second of all, he's perfect for Rory. And I don't understand, they should have ended up together. It's probably his baby. And I need her to Google Birkin bag at least just one time. Everyone's I didn't know what a Birkin bag was. You're dating him, so you know the bag that he's giving you. He's so effing nice, even if you don't know it's a Birkin. A bag. Rory, please. Please. We all want to be friends with her? Sure, absolutely, of course. Do we all romanticize the fun parts of her personality? 100%. If you were actually friends with her, though, she never stops talking about herself. Every problem that she gets herself into is of her own making, and she's always like, oh, too many men like me. Boo-hoo, Lorelai, I hope he picks you. Needs therapy. All of them do, but she definitely does. Codependent relationship with the daughter. Listen, I don't know if that's normal, but to me, it feels like it's not. The only time I saw her exhibit behavior that I was like, I'm super proud of you, especially in a parenting way, was when Rory home-wrecked Dean and Lindsay's marriage and lost her virginity, and she was pissed. But whenever she gets pissed at Rory, it lasts about 20 minutes, and no one learns any lessons, and nothing comes of it. He also doesn't really learn that many lessons throughout the entire show. I was also on her side when Rory dropped out of Yale. Like, for the love of fucking God. Like, that was the most ridiculous thing I had ever seen happen. I was on her side there. Like, please. I also don't like how Rory clearly wants to have a relationship with her grandparents, especially her grandpa, and she doesn't really want that to happen. And I'm like, you're taking their money again for your kid. Your kid wants to have a relationship with them, especially when she's over the age of 18 and can make that decision for herself, then you have to allow that to happen. Ultimately, I think she gets better throughout the seasons while Rory gets worse, but both of them are on my shit list. I like to believe she had another friend in Stars Hollow that wasn't so fucking mean to her. Because Lorelai, you are such a bad friend, girl. You are such a bad friend. This woman deserved nothing but the best. Was she perfect? No, none of the characters are perfect. That's the point. Amy Sherman-Palladino doesn't write perfect characters. They're all flawed. Did anybody watch Mrs. Maisel? Holy shit. That's also a character that just disintegrates before your eyes. But in terms of the Gilmore Girls, this is one of the better characters. This is one of the kinder, more kind-hearted people that deserved better.